I'm gonna move you guys over just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then I gotta move some things behind you. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Hey, hey, Miss Kathy. Oh, you can't really see them back there. But there we go. I brought your flowers and I brought Jeff's flowers up here so I could enjoy them all weekend so they wouldn't be all lonely downstairs. So, yeah. I have a whole bunch of reads to catch up on. So I'm going to go as much as I can tonight. And I also have some drawings to catch up on. So I'm going to try to do a couple of drawings as well this evening because I'm just really in the mood to draw. I'm just really in the mood to do a lot of drawing. Just saying. Oh, there. I was like, oh God, I opened up that and I was like, my deck is gone. Like, oh no. It's right there. It's okay. Thank you, Miss Brooke. Yeah, that event I went to earlier today, it was outside and I didn't realize, like, I should have drank way more water. I should have drank way more water. Also, if y'all have not looked at the Schumann, it was at 81% a while ago. 81. Yeah. 81. Yeah. I saw someone ask about what to do for getting an X back. Don't. That's it. That's the short of it. Just don't. There's a reason they're an X. Have I seen the news? No. I almost watched the news a while ago when I was eating dinner. And instead I decided to start watching the Barbie movie because I haven't seen it. Hey, Alexis. What? Do I need to? Don't watch the news? I usually don't. So, but, oh, the Schumann's at 82. I just got the notification. I'm sure some of y'all did too. Mm-hmm. All right, well, I'm going to start working my way through some of these reschedules and everything like that. So just saying what I'm saying. Shit. All right, hold on a minute here. Miss Jennifer Mason, you are first. And I need my other deck here. And then I could also go live on YouTube. There we go. So I will be catching up on a few reads. YouTube, why are you crooked? Why are you crooked? Why are you crooked? Let's fix you. There we go. That's not better, but better. There we go. I don't understand how I can have two different iPhones that are, one is a 13 and one is a 14, both the Pro Max. And why it looks so much different on YouTube versus TikTok. It is what it is. It is what it is. So Kay won't get her test results for like a week or two. It's stupid. All right. So, Jennifer Mason, you are first. I've got several different decks in front of me. So, yeah. Depending on what it is that you need to know. Okay. Okay. Lots of sixes. There's 22, but then 56, 16, 64. So one thing I've noticed up here in this apartment is that when the wind blows, it is so creaky and so loud. But really, already I'm yawning. Oh, man. But there have been a lot of footsteps today. So you guys may hear them, just so you know. Whenever Kay got home from her test, Dennis came by to pick her up, and we came upstairs so she could grab her stuff. And even while we were standing there, he was looking around. He was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I said, "Well, some of it's the wind, but some of that is footsteps." He was like, "What the fuck?" So it's always nice to be validated, vindicated, etc. Just saying. So y'all might hear them. Woo! All right, Miss Jennifer Mason. Miss Jen. So the very first card is the Fool's Embrace, which is transmuting pain. This is the number 22. The thing about this is that this speaks about a shift that you're in the middle of right now. I think some of this shift is planned strategically, like a new job, a new house, a new, things like that. It's a strategic plan, but something, it's not going to go the way you think it is. This is the wall and obstacles. Hey, Daff, you are welcome. I love your face. This is the wall and obstacles. So with this change and this shift, why am I already yawning? I don't like it. I'm going to say I'm not quite sure what the wall is. Let me start there. It's going to start more of a derailment. You know how when we get to manifesting and we think we're going straight forward, like this is exactly where I need to go. I'm on this road right here. And then suddenly it starts to do this. And then it's like that. Y'all, every one of you know exactly what I'm saying. You're on a road, you're on your path, you're doing this, and then all of a sudden it just barely like this. And then ka-pa-cham, up like that. That's what's fixing to happen. There's going to be a massive, massive wall. A massive... Aw, I'm glad you came in and said hi, Miss Daff. There's going to be a massive obstacle that pops up, and it is going to literally drain every bit of you. Like you're getting a cheat sheet. You're getting a cheat sheet. It's going to drain like every fucking bit of your want to. People are like, my want to is gone. It's going to drain every bit of your want to. There's a good and there's a reason behind it. I was going to say there's a good and a bad, but really it's not bad. The reason behind it is this. This path, this strategy that you've decided to undertake and move forward with is a good strategy, but there's something missing in it. And so as you're pushing forward, it's like having a wheelbarrow that's missing a wheel. Okay? So you can push forward for a little bit, but eventually that front is going to dig in the dirt and it's going to stop. So you're pushing forward with this and it's about to hit that stop. This is the adaptability card. Why am I yawning again? I can't with my fucking self. This is the adaptability card. There's something with this planning and with this strategy that I don't think you thought of when you made the strategy. So I'm not saying like, oh my God, this is wrong, whatever. Hey, KP, I meant to message you back earlier and it's sitting on my desk. So I'll message you here in just a little bit, just so you know. Okay, I'll message you here in just a little bit. Son of a bitch, I just saw a thing come across my PayPal and I've got to go throw a fit about that. And I'll tell you guys what it is real quick, because Sass or Tiff or Christine or somebody, I need you to remind me of this. Because of reasons and because of people and because of people that want to be douche faces, I had to have people that work with me sign a non-disclosure agreement. And so I had to sign up for one of those fucking programs where I could download the legal ones and blah, blah, blah. And I canceled it. And twice now they have billed me again. So I have to go back and do the same thing I did last month and say, look, I canceled this. Here's my fucking email. Give me my money back. And then they're going to say, we didn't have you canceled. And I'm going to say, here's the fucking email. Give me my money back. And here's where this happened last month. Give me my money back. So I got to take care of that tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Stupid. So, Jennifer, I don't think, thank you, Christine. I don't think that it's like you overlooked it on purpose. I think that where you're trying to go, the path you're trying to walk, the shift you're trying to make is exactly what needs to happen, but you're going about it in a different way. Wait, back up. You're going about it in the same way that you would have, but it has to be done in a different way. Does that make sense? That's a good idea, KP. I'll probably do that. I don't know why I didn't think about that. You need to go about it in a different way. This is not the same you. This is not the same situation. This is not the same end goal that you're trying to get to. So know that none of this shift and the problem with this wall is something that you could have planned for. Just so you know, it's not something you could have planned for. This shift is going to happen and the wall is going to hit you like, stop. And it is going to knock you on your butt, where you're kind of sat down for a minute like, woo-saw, woo-saw. When you're sitting on your butt, that's when you're going to have that epiphany moment of, oh my God, why didn't I do XYZ? Okay? To be honest, I really feel like this has to do with your career, with money, with goals and, you know, like money, bills, etc. So when this sits you on your butt, just know that it's going to be like in that moment of, it's Saturday night. So y'all are going to get to hear all of the tiny peepee mans running their things. Just saying. So just know that, God damn it, why am I yawning so much? I actually slept good last night. This is going to hit you. And it's going to knock you on your booty. But when you get back up, when you see where it is that you need to shift, like that. Thank you, KP. When you see where you need to shift, then it's going to take off like a rocket. Okay? So this is a cheat sheet where, yeah, you're going to hit a wall. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down. And then you're going to see your path and the right trajectory and take off. I would say in about 5 months, you're going to look back and kind of go like, why didn't I think of that then? Hindsight's always 20/20. But don't stress about it. Okay? I think the reason that this is popping up is so that way when this does happen, it's not going to hit you like it normally would have, if that makes sense. You know what? I have looked at this card repeatedly. And for some reason, when it's sitting right here and I see the light shining on it, there's a face in there. And I'm not quite sure what to think about it. And I don't know if I can get it to show. It's right here. I'll show you guys on. See, it looks like an owl right there. When I'm sitting it down here, it looks legit like a man. And I wish that... That's the weirdest fucking thing. It's the weirdest fucking thing. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Miss Jen. This is the mindfulness card. Okay. Honey, you're fixing to hit a whole new level. You're fixing to hit a whole new level. This wall is going to be really shitty. I'm just letting you know. Yeah. It's going to be really shitty. I'm just saying. You think I look tired? Well, I am. I work almost 70 hours a week. I'm on my feet all day. And then I come up here and I read all evening for you guys. And I'm here every single evening for you. So, yeah, I am tired. And now I have to hire new people for the shop because I had to let someone go. So now we're behind again. So those of you guys waiting for orders, just know that, yeah, I will not be hiring anyone probably under the age of 40. Just saying what I'm saying. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, so those of you guys waiting on orders, we are getting them out as quickly as possible. But yeah, it isn't super polite to tell someone that they you'll be an empty nester in the next few months. That's a big change. Oh no, Mahala ain't going nowhere. Don't think that. Mahala ain't going nowhere. Somebody else that I had hired, I had to let go. But yeah. Being an empty nester is an interesting thing. So yeah. I love everybody's like, oh, I'm 40. That is so funny. That is so funny. And there's nothing against younger people. It's just all of the ones I have tried to hire. I understand completely why employers make no phone policies. I'm just saying. Yeah, Mahala is awesome. I love Mahala. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I don't care if you're doing your job and you're taking a break. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Miss Jen, I'm just going to say this one last thing. When you hit this new trajectory, you're not going to look back. You're not going to look back. I am going to advise that you take some time for you. Okay? I am going to advise that you take some time for you because just as your friend, suddenly being an empty nester is hard. Okay? It is really hard. My baby graduates in May and will go to college this fall. she'll still be like an hour away. So pretty fucking close. But still. Yeah. Woo. You know, take time for Jen. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You've spent your whole life making sure someone else's life is hard. Words is hard. Wow. I love it when the Schumann is fucked up. I love it. It's so great. So great. You've spent all of your life making sure someone else's life is good. And now it's time for you to make sure that Jen's life is good. I already told my kids that, like, I'm in the wind, man. Not really. I mean, I'll be back here a lot. I already travel a lot, but yeah. I love you right back, sweetie. I know it's going to suck, but you can take extra meds for weeks now. Yeah, it's, yeah. All right. Miss Kelley Allen. Get her on here. I mean, y'all are all welcome to come up for the spring solstice. We're going to be planning a shindig. Spring solstice. The summer solstice. What the actual hell fuck? You should. I'm going to give you guys a little unsolicited Bodhi advice. Or maybe it is solicited Bodhi advice because some of y'all were asking about, A, I've got paint all over my fingernails, but that's not what I'm talking about. And B, I didn't realize how much I needed to find me and I needed to be okay for me. God damn it. And that I need to be okay for me until I got divorced. And our divorce was during COVID, was during the shutdown. So if any of y'all have ever been through a divorce, you know that absolutely nothing moves fast at all. It's a snail's pace. With COVID, it was even lower. It took fucking ever. And so there was a time when I did not get to see my kid for a while. There was a time when my kid hated me because of what my kid was being told. And so I threw myself into work. I worked 3 jobs, threw myself into work. And I just knuckled down and I did what I wanted to do. And even though I was by myself every other week, I felt really guilty at first. And I still fight that sometimes, feeling guilty. Because I have 2 kids and I raised 2 stepsons. Like, their mom was not in the picture. It was us, and that was it. So I raised 4 kids. All I had ever done was for everyone else. I worked my ass off. I was the PTA mom. I was the PTA president for a while. I took care of my husband. I took care of our business. I took care of my own business. Like, I never did anything else that was just for me. And when I did, guess what? Y'all know where I'm going with this. I was selfish. So I really, really had to come to the realization that I had to be okay for me. And this is when I started saying, it has to be like when you're on an airplane and they say you have to secure your own mask before you help anyone else. Because you can't help anyone if you're passed out on the floor. And that's where I had been for so long, was passed out on the floor. It took a while. And my kids completely hated it. They did. Because, and don't think that I don't still do literally anything and everything for my kids, okay? But I've learned to tell my kids no. I've learned to tell people no. I've learned to say, no, I don't want to go to dinner with you this evening because I need to go to bed. I need to just decompress. And I don't have to tell anybody why. It took me a while to realize that I don't have to give anybody an excuse for anything. I'm a fucking adult. Except for my dog who's dragging something across the floor. Apparently I need to let him know why he can't do that. But you guys, when your kids get older and they start to leave home and you start to get more and more freedom, you guys have to realize that you have to be okay for you. You need to take care of you. You have been the complete last burner, not just the back burner, the last burner for so long. And so many people are going to absolutely fucking despise that you suddenly are putting you first. And if you're a single woman, it's going to be even worse, because the vast majority of if you are looking to date a dude, the vast majority of the dudes out there want someone that's going to take care of everything for them. And it's just how they have always been treated. Now, I'm not saying that it is not their fault, but you know what I'm saying there. It's how society has always shown them it was supposed to be. Being good with you and being okay being by yourself is freedom. It is. It is freedom. When I first started to get divorced, the first time I took myself to dinner and I set my purse next to me, because I went and I just sat at the bar, because, you know, you get quicker service at the bar. I sat at the bar, put my purse next to me, and I had a couple guys come up, want to sit next to me, and I was like, I'm waiting for someone. I wasn't waiting for someone. It was weird. But now, I like to go to dinner by myself. I like to. It's decompressing. I don't have to clean up after myself. I can order whatever the fuck I want. Nobody's going to bitch at me if I don't order a salad or whatever. And you know what? I can sit there as long as I fucking want, because no one's waiting on me. And I tip very well. And I'm very nice to everybody. Being good with you is fucking freedom. It is. And once you start to really enjoy that freedom, it's really hard to give that up. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Miss Kelley Allen. You ready? I know that you can do it. I know you can do it. If I did it, you can do it. Okay? I promise. It's hard and it sucks, and you have to put in the work, and you have to value yourself over everything else, because if you break, guess what's going to happen? Thank you, Miss Minnie. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to fall right back into that same pattern, that same shit, that same relationship, that same job, that same everything that you hated so much. Just saying. I want you to think about that. It takes willpower, and it takes you being dedicated to you. Okay? All right, Miss Kelley. You start off with the adaptability card. Then you have in your hand, the universe is your partner. Then you have the stranger and curiosity. And then you also have the fool's embrace, which is transmuting pain. Just because I know a lot of what you've been through over the last few years, Miss Kelley, I'm going to say this. You are kind of here. You're in the middle of this, okay? You've been through the phase where you have had to be adaptable to literally fucking everything. You, of all people, know how fucking hard life can be. How you cannot in any way control anything. Anything. You have had to learn some really intense, deep, hard lessons over the last few years. And you have shifted and adapted to every single lesson. And now you are here. The universe is your partner. And I know as soon as I said that, you were like, it is not. It is. And I want you to think about this. Okay? You have adapted to all of those heavy things that would break a lot of people. And I want you to look back at how far you've come, not just whatever. You know, people look at how far you come. That's not quite what I mean. Look at how far you've come as far as dealing with each one of those massive things. Losing a spouse, having a major health issue, having to raise your kids by yourself. All of those things. Not that I'm trying to share your business, but I'm bragging on you a little bit. You're a really strong-ass individual. The universe is taking care of you. Start putting your faith a little more into the following. And this is something that I have to remind myself of a lot when I get really stressed out and when I get really worried about something or whatever. I have to remember, you know what? The universe has always taken care of you. The universe has always brought exactly what you needed when you need it. You've always had exactly what you need as long as you put the work in. As long as you don't sit down and cry and whine and piss and moan in your Cheerios. As long as you get your fucking ass up and you do the things. Things always fall into place how they are supposed to. You may not win the, $1 billion lottery. You may not find that perfect knight in shining armor just around the next corner. Or you might, I don't know. But the universe always brings exactly what it is that you need. And I think once you realize that every time you have asked the universe for something, the Schumann is still at 80. It's going to be a fun fucking night. Every time you have asked the universe for something, every time you have needed something, the universe has ensured that you got it. You're starting to be to the point of this curiosity. When you hit this curiosity, it's going to be because you realize that everything you've needed has always been plopped right in front of you. And then it's going to lead you to this curiosity. This curiosity is about you playing with manifestation and the universe and how to do things and so on and so on. Then it's going to lead you to this fool's embrace, transmuting all of this fuel into something completely different. Miss Kelley, I think that you have a really interesting 180 loop coming up to shoot you back around the other way. Also, this is the universe's way of saying that you are, dude, you are titanium, man. You are so fucking strong for going through all of these things with your head held high, because at the time you felt like you had to, but this right here, this is confirmation, and this is the universe's way of saying, I'm proud of you. Okay, Miss Kelley? Just saying what I'm saying. All right, Miss Rebecca. Sweetie, if you are dating somebody with an anger issue, that should be a deal breaker. Just saying. I'm going to leave that exactly how it fell. So you have 31, 11, 16. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Ready? So this is Rebecca A. Just so you guys know. I cannot say your last name, Rebecca. I'm not going to try. It is really cool, but I want to say Anastasia, and I know that that's not what it is. So, just saying, this is Rebecca A. Yeah. Will you be seeing your ex? I hope not. So, yeah. You start off. Gotcha, Miss Lillian. So I'm leaving this card on top of these two where it fell, okay? So you start off with the universe is in your hand. The universe is your partner. And then you have the empty well and time to replenish, okay? So those two are right there. And as they were laying there, this one flipped out on top of them. And this is deep quiet. This is stillness and meditation. Like that. So here's what this tells me. You have been busting your ass. You have been busting your ass. And you have been moving forward and you have been doing every single thing you were supposed to do. And I know it may not seem like it right now, but the universe has made sure that you are taken care of and that you will be taken care of. You have put all of the work in. And that's why you are exhausted as fucking shit lately. That's why you feel like there is no more energy to give. You feel like you have given every bit of it because you have. I don't even know that if you realize how much energy you have expended because you put in so much to fix all of this shit that's coming up to now. This is the universe's way of saying that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to sit. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to step back a little bit. Because the last card that you have is choices and their consequences. And this is basically the karma. You get what you give. Thank you for that, love. You've been busting your ever-loving ass lately, sweetheart. Take time and sit down and just chill. Take time and sit down and just be. Turn off the phone if you need to. You don't need to deal with anybody else right now. And if they have a problem with it, you can send them my way. I got you, okay? You've worn yourself thin, and now it's time to take a break. All of that good that you've put out will come right back to you. And all of the people that have fucked you over and that have done you wrong, just know that they will absolutely be getting their consequences from that. And you get to sit back with your feet up and your hands all chilled out behind your head and watch it happen. This is the cut ties card. So there's your confirmation. Oh, are you kidding me? The blue Bodie just followed me. This is her only account. And she takes donations. Oh, I'll be seeing you later, sweetheart. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, Lily and honey. I'm glad that that's what you needed to hear, and I'm glad that that was your confirmation. I'm glad that was your confirmation. Oh, you know what's funny is if y'all haven't seen the video I posted, it's really just 2 pictures, okay? I literally had one of them inbox me, DM me, and say, I'm such a big fan. Are you though? Are you though? Because you kind of seem like a stalker. And you seem like you're a little obsessive. Because you stole my name, you stole my face, you're pretending to be me using my own website, and you're going after people that follow me. Like you're literally pretending to be me. And then you tell me who you're impersonating that you're a big fan. What? That is a Stucky McStalkerson. Baby, you're not a fan. You're not all, come on now. Come on now. Yeah, it cracked me up. I have never ever had somebody or one of the scammers be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a big fan. Are you though? Are you though? Are you though? Here's what's even better. Y'all ready for this? I put that video out, the picture, and because I said that exactly to them. Like the video's on there. You can see the screenshot. And then I screenshotted their account. And when I put it up, of course, I had to use the George Carlin one of, come on, tell the truth. This is bullshit. TikTok said that I got a community violation for that video, but didn't tell me why I had a violation. So I appealed it and it won. And that video is back up. But I was like, wait, what? What? What's wrong with you? Miss Charlene Leatherman. You ready? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I had someone report a video. I don't even remember what it was about. It's been a couple months, and it said that it was a community. I love it when it says you've got a guideline violation, but it doesn't tell you what it is. I just appeal it. I'm like, whatever. I have yet to lose one. Knock on wood. It's a little bit ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous, Mama Bear. I do love, too, that, like, some of the Dr. Love and stuffs, they come in and they go right back out. They go right back out. There was one came in earlier, and I was almost ready to get him whenever he jetted. Aw, thank you, Carrie. You can't make this fucking shit up. Miss Charlene. You also start off with, in your hand, the universe is your partner. Y'all watched me fucking shuffle. Y'all watched me shuffle. Then you have the crossing, which is initiation. I have no idea, Leanne. I have no idea. Then you have the balancing act, which is dances on one foot. And then you have the crown games, which is the right use of power. What is it y'all are doing, Sass? I keep seeing you flopping the numbers up. What are you doing? What is it you're doing? So, Miss Charlene. Oh, y'all are on it this evening, huh? I still got to reschedule that Mudra's class. Yeah. I'll get it rescheduled. I'm going to work on my schedule this evening and tomorrow. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. And then I'm going to put those flowers right there over in front of the sunshine. And I'm going to sit and drink my tea. And I'm going to put my feet up. And I might like take a tiny nap on the couch after I wake up. I don't know. So, yeah. Anyway. Monica, challenge accepted. I don't get to take naps very often, but you know what? Like, this is the first time I've had my space to myself in like 2 weeks. And so I'm a little excited about it. So you have the universe is in your hand. Then you have the crossing, which is initiation. Then you have the balancing act. And then you have the right use of power. And the way the numbers go, it's 31, 54, 9, 8. Like, okay? So let's talk about this. You right now are really, really energized, crazy movement, manifestation after this eclipse. I don't even think you realize. I'm sorry, I just caught this. I have had these cards forever. These are, and I've looked at this card repeatedly, especially tonight. What's up with that pinky finger thing? What is up with that? AI did these cards. Do you see it? Do you see it? Look. What's up with that? Right there. What? It looks like a thumb and a thumb. I used to love when this card would pop up, but now it's creeped me out and I cannot unsee it. Look at the hands on this one. Look at the fingers. How have I used this deck for years and I'm just noticing this? I don't like it. I love this deck. This is one of my favorite decks. I've had it for like almost at least 3 years. At least 3 years. Actually, probably 4 years, to be honest. Like, I'm creeped out right now. Brandon, that's what I was wondering, but I didn't want to fly the crazy flag yet. Like, I have had this deck forever. Y'all have seen me read with it forever. How have I never noticed that? How have I never noticed that? This guy has an extra finger. I don't like it. I'm looking for one specific one that I see all the time. This is, y'all think you get weird when you fall down the rabbit hole. Well, the cat's fingers are fine. There. She has two hands. Hand there and a hand there. See it? You see it? I don't like when you're fucking with my cards, man. These are my cards. Don't fuck with my cards. Where's my grippy socks? Where's my fucking grippy socks? What color grippy socks we wearing today, class? I have on neon orange ones. I have on neon orange ones. Oh, sweetie, that's paint. That's paint. I was hand painting candles earlier. Yeah, that's paint. I just decided that, see, paint. I just decided that instead of coming up here and like taking a shower and all that stuff, that cheese and onion enchiladas sounded like such a better deal. Just saying. Just saying. Sounds like it's plaid to cover the... Yeah. All right. Miss Charlene. If I don't get on in gear, we're going to be here forever. Miss Charlene. Right now, you are in a mode. You are in a mode where manifestation is easy. You have either shifted, something has shifted for you, whatever it is, but manifestation right now is fucking easy. So be really careful what's coming in and out of your face hole, because it will 100% affect the outcome of whatever that situation is. So if you're talking about getting a new job, you're talking about winning something, whatever. Well, I never get what I want. I never do this. I never... No, ma'am. Because the universe is going to go, oh, but she never wins. So she never gets the job she wants. So you see what I'm saying? You have to make 100% sure that the things coming out of your face are positive manifestations. And we're going to go down the rabbit hole slightly. You ready? You ready? Because I did a video about this. Well, not really. I did a video a little bit about physics, but I talked to my beginner class today about quantum entanglement. Some of the theories of quantum physics, well, not some of the theories. Thank you, blind eye. Badass blind woman. I saw the blind and my brain is like, blind badass. I got dyslexic for a minute. You're welcome for that. And no, before anybody gets mad, I'm not making fun of people with that. I digress. Quantum physics and quantum entanglement, all of the theories that they are coming out with and trying to prove are literally proving the spirituality aspect of spirit, God, etc. Do you see what I'm saying? Where spiritual people call it this, they call it spirit, they call it the universe, they call it God, they call it whatever deity it is. All of that is literally proving what spiritual people believe. There are some great videos on YouTube about it. One of them, this guy is talking about how he's speaking with other physicists, and he's talking about quantum entanglement, and he's talking about physics and things like that, and the new physics that are coming out. Okay? And so he asks them, well, what is it that is driving all of this stuff? And they say it's called the field. And he said, so the field is like a higher intelligence, basically, that is putting all of these things in place. And they say, yes. And he says, That's exactly what spiritual people call spirit. The two go hand in fucking hand. They go hand in hand. So if you guys want to level up your spiritual practice, take a gander at some of the great videos on YouTube about quantum physics. No, you don't have to have a science degree. No, you don't have to know math. You don't have to know any of it, okay? Especially videos. Neil deGrasse Tyson is one of my favorite people to watch because he explains things in such a realistic way that you can understand them. There's also some really, really great documentaries on Netflix, Hulu, all of those things. Okay? Just saying. Miss Charlene, be careful what comes out of your face hole because it will affect everything. You are also in this initiation mode. There's a lot of things going on around you that the universe has put into place to see how you're going to react to them. And depending how you react to them will depend what comes next. It is going to cause you to have to balance a lot of things back out. So let's say that maybe you react badly to a situation. You're going to have to balance the consequences of that. Let's say maybe you react amazingly to a situation and the universe rewards you exponentially. You have to balance those things too. Because when you get rewarded, when you work hard, you bust your ass, whatever, and the good things start happening, every single one of you guys know that all of your cousins, uncles, dogs, whatever, are going to come out of the woodwork. So you have to balance that shit too. The right use of power card here at the end and a yawn tell me that you're not making wrong decisions. You won't be making wrong decisions if you really think about it, okay? So don't just make a decision, a snap decision. Really think about it. Really put some elbow grease on it and look at all of the aspects to whatever that decision, situation, etc. is, because that is an initiation. You need to be looking at every single problem, idea, etc. that comes your way right now as some initiation aspect. Okay? The name of the author. The name of the author. Wait, for what? Name of what author? So Miss Charlene, be really careful what comes out of your face. And know that every single decision, even if it's something little tiny like where to stop for gas, makes a difference. Oh, there's not really an author. There's not. Hang on and let me... Hold on. Let me see if I can find the ones I was watching this morning. Here. Let me turn the volume up first of all. All right, I gotta move your TikTok. Hang on. Oh, son of a bitch. I thought it would just let me turn the volume up on the video like it does in other videos, but this is a short one. I'm gonna play this one for you. Okay? All I want you to do is listen. Just listen.
The universe is made out of energy. It's not made out of matter. And then I say, well, what does the quantum physicists call this energy that the universe is made out of? I say, well, they call it the field. I say, what's the definition of a field? I love this. Invisible moving forces that influence the physical world. I go, my goodness, that's the same definition as spiritual. It's used for spirit. I go, yes. Quantum physics, emphasizing the invisible field as primary to the physical world. is essentially reiterating the statement of the spiritual people who talk about the invisible forces shaping our physical existence. And so, by definition, science, the new science of quantum physics, is bringing us back into alignment with the spiritual reality.
That was too quiet, wasn't it? Y'all couldn't hear it, could you? I don't know why it's... Let me see if I can turn it up. And the only way to do that... Y'all heard it? Okay, we'll do it again. I just turned it up. Let's see.
The universe is made out of energy. It's not made out of matter. And then I say, well, what does the quantum physicists call this energy that the universe is made out of? I say, well, they call it the field. I say, what's the definition of the field? I love this. Invisible moving forces that influence the physical world. I go, my goodness, that's the same definition as spiritual is used for spirit. I go, yes. Quantum physics, emphasizing the invisible field as primary to the physical world, is essentially reiterating the statement of the spiritual people who talk about the invisible forces shaping our physical existence. And so, by definition, science, the new science of quantum physics, is bringing us back into alignment with the spiritual reality.
Did you hear it that time? I know you heard it that time. I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all are gonna start seeing a whole new level of things. I'm just saying. Yeah. I downloaded that and I'll be putting it out as a sound with some stuff probably tomorrow. So if you missed it, there you go. There you go. There's a whole bunch more. We could completely fall down the fucking rabbit hole. I'm just saying what I'm saying. It doesn't have his name on it. I'm gonna have to go back and look. It's just a short that some channel put out. So I've been actually trying to find out who that is and find the longer version of it. You know what I mean? All right, Miss Chelsea Smart. Oh, you have just pulled into yourself lately. Woo, girl. Okay. I say that because the very first it doesn't have his name on there. It doesn't have his name on there. Let me see if I can find something. Hang on just a minute here.
Wow.
No, it's just a short.
The universe is made out of...
Yeah, there's no, it just, the channel is anything about everything 108. And it doesn't have the guy's name on there. Like, I've been trying to find who it is. Because, yeah, that I just played isn't Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's not Neil deGrasse Tyson. I will say this. What the fuck is going on? This is Neil deGrasse Tyson. Ready?
You've heard about quantum entangled particles.
Yeah.
Where I can create a pair of particles that know about one another, and now they're separated in space and in time.
Listen.
And if you observe that other particle, it instantly changes the state of the particle back, the other particle that's back where I am. And by the way, that they communicate instantaneously, faster than the speed of light.
When you say if you observe, but you have to do something.
Yeah, you have to do.
observe it
You
with.
have to do. Yes.
So something has to interact with it. It's not woo.
The problem is the word "observe." People
Right.
think is a psychological thing, but in physics, it's got nothing to do
a
with
measurement
It's a
thing.
measurement thing.
Right.
And so, in other words,
act
if
of
all
measuring.
if there's an electron sitting in the middle of this table and all the lights are out, I can say, I think there's an electron here. Let me find out. And the moment I turn on the lights, the light interacts, a photon interacts with the electron and kicks it somewhere else. So the more I try to measure its position, the less I know its position.
Ooh.
You've heard about quantum entangled particles.
So quantum entanglement, yeah, that's Joe Rogan. But that was Neil deGrasse Tyson talking to Joe Rogan about quantum entanglement. So quantum entanglement basically says that if you have two different things, say you have universe A and you have universe B, okay? And say that both of these two were created at the same time and they're apart now. Anything that happens in universe A will affect universe B and vice versa. If something happens to universe B, universe A will feel it, even if they are millions of miles apart. It's really fucking fascinating. And what's even better is that it proves the existence of spiritual aspects such as energy transfer, Reiki, Chi, prana, life force. Think about it. Telepathy. Do you see what I'm saying? It literally proves all of that. San, I saw what you were saying. So you said everything that the things I've read for you in the last couple of months, have they actually been happening? All right. Let me read from Miss Chelsea Smart. We're going to be here all night talking about quantum physics. We're going to talk about spiritual shit. We're going to read cards. And then we're going to talk about quantum mechanics. Just saying what I'm saying. I'm glad you liked my 2-part video. I was a little hesitant to put it out. So if you guys haven't watched it, please let me know what you think. But yeah. All right, Miss Chelsea. So you've really gone through the ringer and you've just been pulling yourself back. Because you have deep quiet, which is stillness and meditation. And then you have the watchers, which is transpersonal. These two right here tell me that you've been seeing all kinds of things that have been going on. And you've just done this. You've just backed off and you're just watching everything. Sorry, tiny pee-pee mans are out in force this evening. I'm also having a fidgety moment. I found my piece of jet that I thought I lost. And so I'm like, ooh, jet. If y'all have never had a piece of jet, it's unrealistic how light the stone is. Anyway, I digress. I digress. Let me say this. I'm really proud of you for backing up. Because whatever this is was really heavy. Whatever the cause of this screeching halt, back up, get it? Screeching. Anyway, whatever the cause was, it forced you to stop and pause and go, okay, hold on. These two things right here are bringing you somewhere that I don't think you expect to be in a really good way. Because over here, you have the Garden of Venus, which is rest and renewal. Oh my gosh, Crystal Martin, 13 months. 13 months. That's insane. And then underneath that, you have the Moon Maiden, which is new beginnings. So this massive, huge shift has caused you to take a step back. While you're taking your step back, it's a good time for you to kind of rest and relax and not be stressed about this whole start of this bullshit pulling back. Does that make sense? It's a great time for you to rest. It's a great time for you to relax. It's a great time for you to not stress about either one of these things, all the bullshit that caused you to be there. I have a feeling that this meditation and stillness and this just watching everything else has been going on for a couple of months, to the point that now you just kind of look around and you're like, I don't even really know if I want to even talk to that person today. Like, you've really been putting up a lot of fucking boundaries. Now is the time to chill and rest and relax, because you are in another shift of new beginnings. You are in another phase of starting over. You are in another phase of actually being able to rest and relax and chill out. And Miss Chelsea, let me say this. I'm really proud of you. I know that you've had some ups and downs. Bruce Lipton, thank you, Earth Magic. I know you've had some ups and downs. I know you've had some meditation. I know you've had some quiet. I know you've had some utter bullshitty shit going on. I know that you've been through some shit. I know you've recovered from some shit. And I'm really proud of you, even though it's felt like it's this, all these crazy waves everywhere. Honey, it's time for you to just chill and take care of you for a little bit. Just rest. The rest and relaxation is what's going to bring on this new beginning. Okay? I'm proud of you, kiddo. All right. If I can find my mouse. Miss Jennifer Swab, you are next. General, you got it, girl. Oh, Ancient One, I love that you have just a nice, wonderful little trolley account and you don't really know squat about Jack. And I really hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And thank you so much for pushing me up in the For You page. Like, you have your storylines confused, sugar. Because Satan doesn't exist in ancient Greek mythology. It's not a thing. The person that did exist in ancient Greek mythology was who they embodied Lucifer after, was a Greek god. So, I probably should have offered to send them a book or some Google links to, hell, even Wikipedia doesn't have it that wrong. So there actually is a Greek god called the Morning Star. Lucifer was a Greek god and was pulled into the biblical aspect of it. Lucifer was a Greek god and was pulled into the biblical aspect of it. If you guys literally just, all you got to do is research the Greek god, the Morning Star. That is exactly who they modeled it after. So what cracks me up is when someone comes in and they're like, oh, this happened in this. Baby, you're mixing mythology and the Bible. And that's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Oh, have the Lord come down and help me. Save me from all of this Diet Dr. Pepper and the tarot cards. Fucking idiot. Also, Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft. She is the patron goddess of witchcraft. She also travels into hell to pull souls out. So neither aspect of that statement made sense in any way. Why would either side of those punish someone for doing tarot? Because let's look at it from the biblical aspect. The biblical aspect, if you do tarot and so on, then you're going to hell. So Satan would be cool with that. He'd be like, okay, bet, bitch, come on, bring all your decks. I need a reading. Hecate would be like, cool, do you have a deck with me in it? I need a reading. Neither one of them are going to go, oh, you can't get into hell with those tarot decks. You better go up there. They need you with your tarot decks. The fuck? Look at my eye twitching. Look at my eye twitching. I can't. I can't. Miss Jennifer. Oh, Lord. Like, I just can't even brain even part of that. How that would be anywhere like... What? I don't know why, but I just thought of this. So I have this just clear quartz bracelet on. I had it on today at the event. And it was sitting against this metal bracelet, right? Which I don't take this one off, this little thing right here. But it was sitting to where it was like this. And it was like the sun was shining through that and hitting that metal. I thought my little arm hairs were going to light on fire. I kid you not. So if you're ever stuck in the woods and you need to start fire, make sure you have your quartz bracelet on. The clearer, the better. Just say what I'm saying. Just say what I'm saying. All right. Miss Jennifer Swab, you ready? You start off with the eye of the needle, which is intentionality. Then you have dances on one foot, which is the balancing act. Thank you, Miss Jen. Then you have the wailing tree, which is reconciliations. And then you have the root girl, which is the disowned self. And I don't know if you noticed the colors here. The only one not in agreement is literally that one. Did you notice that? When you say stuff in a certain tone, do y'all ever hear that guy? You sure about that? Y'all ever hear that in your head? Y'all ever hear that in your head? Anyway, I digress before we go down that rabbit hole. Okay. So, this is not only some confirmation, but it's also everything happens for a reason. Because you start off with the eye of the needle, which is intentionality. And I think that right now you're here. You're like towards the end of this second card. You started acting very intentional. You started doing specific things a specific way. You started living for you in a specific way. You started really just making every move very intentionally. And when you started making every move very intentionally, you realized how much you were balancing everything. Not just the intentional moves. Thank you, Josh. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Or if you've popped in and I haven't noticed, I'm sorry. You also have this right here. You've been balancing literally everything. Literally everything. And you've already started to go through a few of these things back here. This reconciliation and the disowned self. But I don't think they have hit you really hard yet. Because you're right here with this balancing act of living really intentionally and dealing with all of the consequences from just life. I don't think it's anything in particular. And I'm not saying, oh, you did the bad thing or you did the good thing. It's just life. It's just life. But the reconciliations and the disowned self. See how both of those look like fire? That's a lot of change. And that's a lot of shifting. And that's a lot of really deep, dark inner work. And I want you to notice this too. The face in the tree. And the face in the tree. You can't make this up. I'm just going to give you kind of a personal example. And I hope that it helps. Okay? Okay? When you start to reconcile shadow work, when you start to reconcile issues, when you start to reconcile traumas, and you start to work through all of those things, you are reconciling the light part of you and the dark part of you. The problem is that we have gotten so used to being so far apart with those two things. We've gotten so used to our light part always being out and our dark part always being way back here. They're not ever really allowed to get even this close, much less touch. So when you go on a journey of reconciliation, of self-discovery, and of shadow work, because you can't have self-discovery without shadow work. When you start going down that route, you are going to have the disowned self. Orion's my favorite. Thank you, Josh. Here's a fun fact. Ever since I was a little kid, I always feel better. Did you hear that? There was like two massive footsteps. I almost thought a door opened. I always feel better when Orion is in the sky. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So yeah, that's my favorite. It's my favorite. Anyway, Miss Jennifer, we always get to this disowned self because we have been so far apart for so long that when those two things start to get back together, we don't feel right. Does that make sense? We just don't feel right until we get used to that feeling of everything being back together. It's going to take you a bit to work through these things, just so you know. Okay? Just so you know. It's a lot. It's a lot you've been through, and I'm so glad that you have started doing things for you. You have started living for you, and you have started making things and decisions, very intentionally. It's going to take you a little bit to get through this because you've been so far apart from yourself for so long. So I'm proud of you for taking the steps to get here. And I know, honey, that I know it sucks and I know it's really tough. And I know you know that we're all here for you. I know you know that we're all here for you. Hey, Brooklyn Queen, how are you? So, We got you. You just come sit and hang out with us, okay? I promise. You are so welcome, Binksy, honey. You are so welcome. All right. Miss Jennifer Mezer. Ready? My list is probably closed at this point. I already was catching up on some reads, but I will be on tomorrow, and I will be on a lot this week, just so you guys know. I know a lot of you guys need some guidance on stuff. Aw, thank you, Nikki. I will have to look here in a little bit. It got really hot in here and then really cold in here. I'm going to grab some water. Give me just a second. Look at how far I had to walk. Oh, this is terrible. 3 whole feet. Oh, no. I have a Diet Dr. Pepper sitting there, but I just don't want to drink out of it. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right. I see what you needed to know. Okay. So, you have stranger and curiosity. You have beloved and radical acceptance. Then you have woodwives and adaptability. And then you have the sky bridge and the possibility for a union. So, let me say this. The short answer to the question that you asked is yes, but there's a but. But there's a but. Okay? Aw, did Josh send subscriptions again? So here's the thing. There is some growth that has to be done before your manifestations can get a lot of traction. They have a little traction, but you want them to have like all the traction, right? Not just a little. You want them to have all the traction. There's a little bit of curiosity and a little bit of branching out that you need to start doing. The next thing is this. This is the radical acceptance card. With branching out and with getting ready for your manifestations and what you're working toward, there's something about yourself that you're going to really have to deal with. You're going to have to come to terms with. Every time we go through, any of us, it's not just me, it's not just you, any of us, anytime any of us goes through a massive shift and is trying to manifest something major, something more, something bigger, something better, there are hardcore realizations we have to come to about ourselves before we can move forward. And I'm going to tell you this. When you start really doing a lot of shadow work, you'll get to the point where you are so much calmer in the moment. You are so much calmer when things happen because in your mind, part of you calming down is to go, okay, this just happened. So my reaction internally is going to be this. Is my reaction internally this because of my own trauma and response to it, or because this person is just a dick, or both? And if that's the case, then how do I respond to it? You start to do shadow work on a moment to moment basis, especially when something really weird, really bad happens. And you start to see things in a much, much different way. I'm going to give you a little example, okay? Say that, just because we've had a lot of will I see my ex again questions in here, let's go down that rabbit hole. Okay, you dated someone for, let's say, 5 years. 5 years, okay? You lived together, you dated, you were together all the time, etc. And you broke up. And it was a tough breakup. And you were apart for, let's say, a year. And then after that year, the two of you rekindle your friendship and you're hanging out again, only as friends. You are the one that says only as friends, and they agree. And as you're hanging out, you start to think, you know, maybe they weren't that bad. Maybe we could try this again. Maybe I was hasty in breaking it off. Make sure that you're sitting there and paying attention and thinking about it. Okay, is this my trauma response because hanging around with my ex is comfortable, so I kind of want to slide back into that because it's comfortable? It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Or do I really feel the feels that I'm feeling? I guarantee you the universe, if you give it the chance, will show you exactly how and why that person is an ex. Something will manifest, something will show up, and you'll go, oh, that's why I left right there. That's why I left. But you have to be ready for that massive radical acceptance. You have to be ready to look at things and go, okay, is this a trauma response because of this? Or is it really this? You have to be ready to take responsibility for the parts where you sucked. Does that make sense? We all go through that shit. We all go through that shit. We all have aspects where we suck. Every one of us. When we go, well, no one is perfect. It's because there's some part where we suck. You have to be ready to own that part. Okay? Once you're ready to own that part, then you'll start adapting. So what I love too is these two numbers are so far off. 53 and 2. These ones, however, both have 4 in them. 64, 47. Like 64, 47. 67. Tiny pee-pee man. Now, I know every one of y'all heard that and you went, that I absolutely want to be like that person when I grow up. I know you do, okay? I know you want to be like that person when you grow up, but it takes a lot to get there. You're going to have to be ready to work for it. You're going to have to be ready to go get 2 or 3 jobs and at least a 10-year-old pickup. And then you're going to have to find someone that you can pay a couple of $1,000s to get this amazing, massive ass muffler on. And then drill a hole in it. And then another hole. And then another hole. And you're going to have to be willing to drive on tires that are taller than your truck. I'm gonna stop right there because I could keep going and do the stereotypical dude in this town, but I won't. But I won't. Yeah. Or if you would like to take an alternate route, maybe you're not a truck person. Or if you would like to take an alternate route, maybe you're not a truck person. Then you need to go and you need to work either in You need to go be an adult in a job full of teenagers. And then you need to go buy a sports car that's at least 15 years old. And you need to find that same muffler person. Your friend with the truck knows who it is. Just saying. Red dot of death, because I started giving out the secrets of Sapulpa. I got the red dot because I was giving out the secrets of the universe. Sorry. But basically you get a really old. Not even really old. You get a sports car that has a lot of miles on it. And then you put a really loud muffler on it. And then you do everything you can to make it as loud as possible. You leave the windows down at all times of the year. And you have to absolutely blast all the radios. All the radio. All of it. Doesn't matter what's playing. All of it. Sass is making fun of me, saying that my focus is gone this evening. And Sass, you are 100% right. My brain hurts like a motherfucker. My brain hurts like a motherfucker. Miss Jennifer Messer. Your manifestations absolutely will hit where they need to hit, babe. You just have to be ready to have this radical acceptance with yourself and be ready to adapt and move forward when these things happen, okay? Okay? Just saying what I'm saying. Yeah, just saying what I'm saying. All right, Jeff Harris, are you ready? Okay. You got to ask an actual question. Okay. I don't know if Jeff is here. There you are. Is it okay for me to read your question out loud? Yeah, the universe absolutely was like, look, bitch, shut up. Okay. That's a lot. So Jeff asked, what's the best way for him to correctly process a million changes and find his new path? Okay. Son of a bitch. Okay. When I do questions like this, we start off on the right because the right is the physical, and we end on the left because the left is the spiritual. On the right, you have the martyr card, which is honesty and shame and resolution. That's where you feel like you are right now. Over here, you have the golden empress, which is magnetism and confidence. That's where you want to go. Now, the thing with this, with the martyr card, is that you also have the eternal charisma card. And in moving over, this is something that you're going to have to fight to hang on to. Because as taking on that martyr aspect of always being honest and of carrying some shame and so on with you from the past, you're going to have to make sure that this charisma that you've gained, that I would bet you've probably always had, you hang on to it, because to process all those things, you have to give up this masquerade. You have to give up all of this aspect of I knew that was coming. Who you've pretended to be for so long. The masquerade card is all about taking the mask off. the thing that you've had to do for so fucking long to fulfill this martyr role right here. This is harder than we think. Most people are like, oh, well, I'll just, you know, act like my authentic self. It isn't that easy. It's actually so much easier to be your authentic self in a room full of fucking strangers than it is to be your authentic self in a room full of people that you know and love you. Really? Another one. Okay. From this masquerade, from letting go of that, comes two things. Okay? One is me almost dropping that card. One is courage. You hear people all the time say, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to act like normal. I'm just going to be me all the time. I'm just going to let it all hang out, whatever. But then they don't. They don't. Why am I yawning so much with your read? The people, and you're all are going to find this out. The people that talk this humongous talk usually are never going to do the humongous thing. They're only going to words it. The people that actually take off the mask and actually stop caring what other people think about them are the ones that have the courage to do this. They have the courage to change. I know that you have gone through some really intense changes here lately, and I think that you absolutely have this, that you absolutely have the courage to make the changes. It is going to require this. This is the creativity card. I love that you said the correct way to process a million changes and find your path. Zeus. He's over there digging in shit. Not literal shit, like a blanket. It's driving me up the wall. I hate that sound. Just for the record, the sound of his claws digging into material is like mustard yellow, and I don't like it. I don't like mustard. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but he won't fucking stop. I love him. Anyway. You're going to have to get really, really creative about all of the aspects of you taking off this mask. Because when you take off this mask, it lets your guard down. It lets all of your protections down. And it lets down who you have pretended to be for so fucking long. So suddenly you have to get really, really creative. It's for let me just say this. I don't know if this will make sense to you or not. And it may not because you're a dude. But it's almost like you do your hair and makeup the exact same every single way. And then suddenly someone takes all of your makeup and replaces it with shit you've never used in colors you've never ever thought about using. You have to get really creative really quickly about what you're going to do with your face because you have a huge meeting in an hour. You get real creative really quickly. It'd be like if someone took every bit of your favorite comfortable clothes and replaced it with only formal attire. And then they said, hey, we're going to leave in 20 minutes to go hang out at the lake or go to the beach or whatever. All you have is formal clothes in there. Now what are you going to do? You have to be real creative, really fucking quickly so you can move forward. Courage will always draw people to you. So will creativity. They will draw two completely separate types of people to you. Which then will do this, which is the Golden Empress. And this is magnetism, and potency. And finding your new path. The path from the martyr to that is one hell of a shift and one hell of a change. These are two completely separate beings. And be prepared that for you to reach this person is no more. Does that make sense? You have to completely let go of this old person. Does that make sense, Jeff? I just saw you come back in, so hopefully you got to hear everything. You're going to have to work at really taking down the masquerade ball. I think you already have the courage, and I think you already have the creativity. It's just a matter of harnessing it. Okay? Because you've gone through some hard shit. Especially here lately since I've known you. And by the way, Jeff is the one that sent the beautiful flowers. Miss Kathy is the one that sent those beautiful ones right there. Miss Kathy Mazzell, you are next. You're welcome, Jeff. And I already know. Oh, my eyeball's itchy. All right, Miss Kathy. Oh, I'm so glad you got your horror box. I see several of you guys got that in today. I love it. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Oh, hold on. My brown ones got disconnected. They all have to go in little lines. How the hell I just pulled out 6 orange and 6 brown evenly? I don't know. But there is only 1 yellow, and so that bitch has to go in and get bit in half. All right. Okay. Boop. I love Reese's Pieces, man. That's a lot. Your best friend Shar got to meet me yesterday. Aww. I love that. All right. Miss Kathy, you threw a card at me over here, which is the Me Talks card, and it is sideways. Then you have a tidy house, which is clarity and organization. Then you have the Feast of Plenty, which is choices and consequences. And then you have the heart home, which is compassion. I find the Me Talks card sideways really, really interesting. It's time to kind of just put a neutral place on your... Let me rephrase that. There's something you have to take care of right now. Okay? So anything at all to do with you, with self-care, with taking care of you, needs to kind of be toned down slightly, not non-existent. Because this tidy house card, clarity and organization, followed by the choices and their consequences card, tells me that there is a big thing that has to be taken care of in your life right now. This is a situation that has gotten completely out of hand. And to be honest, I think that it has just blown up. I don't think it's something that has festered over a long time, sat there, whatever. I think that it's something that just went kabam and blew up. And I have a feeling that this right here is something it's at home, because you have the tidy house and you have heart home, like two home, like literally pictures of home. Okay. Whatever this is, it has to be dealt with like now, ASAP. It's not, don't fuck around with this situation. Okay. It may seem like a small situation, but it is not. How quickly you deal with it and how swiftly you put a stop to what's going on is going to really, really it's going to really determine what the consequences of each side of these things are. Now, I don't see anything as being like horrendous consequences. But if this situation continues to just go unchecked, it is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. That's why it has to be nipped in the ass right now. Once you do that, those consequences are going to come really quickly. Okay? So it's not like situation's done, now you got to wait 6 months for the consequences. That's not it. Situation's done and consequences. That's where this compassion card comes in, because whoever else is involved in this, you're going to have a massive amount of compassion, and you're going to have to step back and not be really loud and crazy about things. You're going to have to really, really kind of pause and chill and be really, really compassionate, because I have a feeling whatever this situation is, it doesn't actually involve you directly as a part of it. It's something that you're around, that you're just trying to help with, if that makes sense. So the consequences aren't really going to be yours, but you're going to get sucked up into them, good or bad. You're going to have a lot of compassion with this situation. I'm not saying don't stop your self-care forever, but it just needs to kind of slow down a little bit this week, because whatever this is super mega massive important, and it can't be allowed to just run rampant how it has been. If that makes sense. Also notice this. Turquoise, red. Turquoise, red. Soft, strong. Soft, strong. Just saying. Just saying. Well, let me see here because I moved y'all in front of my list. Miss Megan West, you are next. Career, gotcha. Okay. I don't know if you're here, Miss Megan, and I know that this is a little later than when you asked for it, but I don't think Miss Megan's here. I haven't seen her. All right. Well, let me just say right off the bat, it's going to be the lesser of two evils. On one side over here, you have growth, atonement, deceit, and then the empty well, a time to replenish, meaning that this offer over here is more physical. This offer over here is more... Yes, there is more room for growth in this one, but they are not being completely honest with you about what the job is, what it entails, and all of that. There's also a lot of circle and spiral energy going on here, meaning that it kind of feeds on itself all the time. Over here, however, you have secrets and vigilance and subterfuge, as well as the dances on one foot balancing act. This one right here is going to leave you mentally exhausted. So physically exhausted or mentally exhausted. To be honest, I don't know which one is worse. I mean, well, I think mental exhaustion is worse, to be honest. In my opinion, I really do. Because physical exhaustion, you can sit down, you can chill out, you can drink some water, you can lay down, you can sleep, and that will help the physical exhaustion. But with mental exhaustion, there's not much of a way to turn the mental exhaustion off. There's not really much of a way to fix it. Except for a vacation, a few days off, you disconnecting from everybody. The thing I don't like about that one is this one is literally secrets and vigilance and subterfuge. I don't like that one right there is all... I'm so glad, Miss Lisa. This one over here is all... Whereas this one, they're just hiding shit from you, like every job does. This one over here, there's secrets there. There's a lot of secrets there. This is the passion card. You need to make this choice you need to make this choice based on which one of these allows you to pursue what you are the most passionate about. That's the difference in the two of these. I think either one of them is a good opportunity. But you need to figure out which one allows you to really, really work more with what your actual passion is. Okay? Does that make sense, Miss Megan? But know that the job that's more physical is going to be the one that has more room for growth. The one that is more mental is going to beat you up mentally on a daily basis. Not that this one won't, but this one right here, that is all the mental exhaustion. Just saying what I'm saying, Miss Megan. And if you're here, you watch this later, you're going to have to let us know which job you chose, the more physical or the more mental. Just saying what I'm saying. Y'all did not see that. All right, Miss Melissa Renshaw. I've got you, sweet. How do I decide which deck to use? Each deck is for something different, so it kind of depends on what the person is asking. Still to miss, many. I can't really word this evening. I caught it. I caught it. Yeah, I think, you know, to be honest, I don't know which one's worse. I think when I was younger, I would have taken the physical exhaustion over the mental exhaustion. Now, I'm mental exhausted all the time, so I don't know that I want to be physically exhausted too. Like right now, I'm so mentally drained that my whole brain is doing this like shutdown, complete shutdown. So yeah. So if I get to the point here in a minute where I don't feel like I'm giving you guys very good reads, I'm going to be here all day tomorrow just unpacking. I really need to go over to the house, but I'm going to do that on Monday. So if I get to the point where I'm not giving you a good read, just saying. Miss Melissa. Get you all back down here. All right. You start off with the crossing, which is the initiation. Then you have the wall, which is obstacles. Then you have a tidy house, which is clarity and organization. And then you have the heart home, which is compassion. What? Well, happy early, 30-minute early birthday, Keisha. So, Miss Melissa. Let me just say this. This is confirmation that, yeah, you were going through some tests. You were going through some trials. You were going through all kinds of shit. Oh, the Schumann's only at 50% now. You've been going through the fucking shit. And then someone threw the shit through the fan. And then it turned back into shit. Like, you've been in this crazy thing of, you know, oh, it's shit. And now the shit's hit the fan. And now it's shit again. And now the shit's hit the fan. You know what I mean? Like, you've been really going through it. Yeah, it's been a test. Yeah, it's been an initiation. Yeah, it's so the universe can see how you're going to handle it. But for some reason, now you have hit a wall. There is some obstacle that has you literally just hung up and stuck. You can't move forward. You can't move backwards. You can't even go through the fan anymore. You just feel numb and disconnected from everything. Gonna sound stupid, or maybe it won't to you. I don't know. Take time and physically do this card right here. A tidy house, clarity and organization. Take some time and physically organize something in your space, whether it's your closet, your bathroom, your room, your whole house, your kitchen, whatever it is. Actually go through and tidy up everything. Organize everything. When you do, this compassion is going to come out. Which in turn is going to lead you back here to all of the things that you've learned with this initiation and show you why that wall formed. It's kind of like this. It's like a cycle. if that makes sense. But taking the time to physically clean an area, physically make it really organized, is going to help you, A, clear your own mind, and B, get you past whatever this obstacle is and allow you to see it really, really clearly. I was looking because I find it interesting that there's a brilliant light in each one of these. This one has this portal. This one has the light up here. This one has the lights in the windows. And this one has the big heart. You see what I mean? I was looking at this brilliant light in all of these because I feel like, Miss Melissa, there's a light that's been following you around, and whether that's actually a light or whether it's a metaphorical light, there's a light that has been following you around, and it has been trying to show you the way every single time. But for some reason, I think you see it sometimes, but here lately you haven't seen it at all. It's almost like it points to like, hey, don't eat the brown M&Ms, eat the yellow M&Ms. You see it? It's like pointing you in the right direction. For some reason, it hasn't been as strong lately. Take some time and organize your space. I think you're going to find a lot of your gifts and abilities come right back. I have no idea what that is outside. That's the weirdest sound. It was somebody going, "Rah!" Did you hear it? Oh, the things you hear downtown in a little tiny town. It's not really a little tiny town, but in an older downtown where people cruise all evening on Saturday evenings. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. All right, Miss Nicole Ruiz. How to survive this chaotic retrograde, girl. This is just for you, okay? Actually, we're going to use these. Actually, we're not. Because I feel like this Oracle deck's going to explain it better than I ever could. And then I'm going to knock a whole bunch of my decks over. So there's that. By the way, I found out today that I have 2 of these decks. I know that this one's the one that somebody had bought and then they didn't pay for. So, just saying. Just need one, man. Thank you. All right, Miss Nicole. Ready? The first thing you have, I'm going to read them as I turn them over, is the Angel Anarchy, and that is moving away from control. So first of all, stop stressing about controlling anything at all during this retrograde. Because if y'all have never tried to control anybody who's a cardinal sign, much less an Aries, you don't. So the very first thing, Miss Nicole, is that you have to stop trying to control the situations. The second is this. Sinister Sisters, find your soul tribe. This right here tells me that you've had a lot of your tribe that you thought was there take off on down the road, and that you feel like you're kind of stuck and alone, and you don't have people to talk to, and you don't have the friends that that you used to have to be able to talk about this with, you know, about, oh my God, Mercury's in the microwave. How, you know, what are y'all doing? What are y'all? You need to find your peeps. Okay? I know that everybody wants their peeps. That's part of why I'm on here every single day, because I know some of you guys don't have anybody. And I'm going to say this too. I do have a really large spiritual group. We would absolutely love to have you. We really would. We would absolutely love to have you as part of our group. They meet every single Sunday at, is it 6 or 7? I can't remember, guys. I'm sorry. They meet every single Sunday. I meet with them once a month, and there's a fantastic group of core people there that they have all become like peas and carrots. I'm just saying. They can help you find your people, okay? The next one is the fancy fat fucker and get healthy. So eat some good food, make good decisions, but eat some good food. Not shit trash food. Eat some good food. That one's funny. Oh. Seriously, though, this is the castaway negativity card. I find that really telling. Excuse me. Especially with moving away from control and finding your tribe, and you said that you really are absolutely alone. This tells me that you've got a lot of negative bullshit that has been, I don't know if it's been flung your way or just rolling all around you or whatever, but you've got to get rid of this shit. You've got to get rid of this shit. Casting negativity away can be as easy as keeping bells on your doors. It can be as easy as making an herbal mix and putting it around every corner in your house. If any of you guys want to do that, salt, pepper, turmeric, cinnamon, rosemary, you should have them in your kitchen. If not, you can get them at the dollar store. And then whatever else you want to add. You know what I mean? Whatever else you want to add to it. You've got to cast away all of the negative people, all of the bullshit, etc. And there are going to be people in your life that you're going to have to cut ties with. Even though you said you're already alone, there are going to be people that you're going to have to cut ties with that you just don't need to visit with on Facebook anymore. Or you don't need to go to that family gathering or this or that or whatever. That's what's going to have to happen. That's a lot. That's a lot. It tells me that there's a whole bunch of shit going on in your path right now that you almost can't handle. That's a lot, dude. This is a lot. So the first thing is just to stop trying to control. Oh, you've been feeling really heavy. Well, I'm glad you're here hanging out with us. I'm glad you're here hanging out with us. Everybody's been heavy over the last few days. Like, everybody, myself included. Okay? So, please just come, just sit and hang out with us, okay? But moving away from things you can't control, looking at finding your tribe of people, getting a little more healthy with what you eat, and then absolutely casting away this negativity. Just saying. That makes sense. You actually got a pretty straightforward answer, like do this, and bam. Just saying. Just saying. Joe, sweetie, that was not me. I'm so sorry. All right, let me make sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't ever charge that for a reading, so that wasn't me. I would be willing to bet that was probably somebody pretending to be me. Miss Minnie, are you ready? You got it, sweetheart. Now I have stacks of cards everywhere. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue about that. I've never charged $50 for a reading. If it's a personal reading from me and you're meeting with me in person, you know what I'm saying? If you're meeting with me in person, it is definitely not $50. Has never been $50. If somebody has messaged you saying that they're me and trying to charge you $50, I don't message people. I don't have the time to message myself, much less go and message people that I don't even know. I also have been reading a very long time, and I don't have to beg people to let me read for them. That's a scammer, babe. I'm so sorry that someone scammed you, and I'm so sorry that you're out $50. Y'all, please, please, please make sure that you are talking to the actual person you think you are talking to. And sweetie, if you're reading for free, that's your prerogative. You're doing a service. That would be like a plumber coming to fix every toilet for free. If you're reading for free, stop it. Stop it. People are going to take advantage of you forever because they know that you're going to read for them for free. Don't sell yourself short. Reading is a skill. It is a talent, and it is just like plumbing. It is just like air conditioning. It is just like having your car worked on. It's just like therapy. It's just like all of those things. Say they agree. You should 100% be compensated for your time. Now, every now and then I'll pull cards for, my sister, my kid. I do it for my kids all the time. But don't read for people for free. Don't. So, yeah. And it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with the fact that people are assholes and they will 100% take advantage of you. 100%. Not everyone, but the vast majority will take advantage of you. So yeah, they'll take advantage of you. So, Miss Minnie, you ready? Three, six. You gotta love that. So you start off with the benefactor, which is grace and generosity. And then you have woodwives, which is adaptability. And then you have the jeweled web, which is connectivity. And then you have the cosmic womb, which is the divine feminine. Christine makes a good point. Every single reading I do goes through my website. So if you are on here and I'm reading for you here on TikTok, then you are on my list, meaning you have had to go through my website and pay in that way. I do that for 2 reasons. 1, so I have a record of everything. Plus, the way this puts everything out for me, I have a set list of everybody. If you have a question or if I have a question I need to know, I can get your information right there so you don't have to put it here on social media. And B, it protects you because it gives you a receipt number. It gives you all of this stuff. It protects us both. It protects us both. So I learned that very, very early on. Very early on. I used to go through a lot of Cash App and just Cash App and PayPal. I don't do that anymore because, and every now and then I'll have somebody send me money on Cash App for a reading. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And I just literally send it right back to them. Like, no, I don't, no, please take this back. Also, people think that they can skirt the line, and I am not that kind of person. I don't care. I love you, okay? I don't care if I have known you for 20 years. I'm not putting you in front of a line of people that have been waiting. See, they'll come get you. I am a very, very... I'm a big stickler for first come, first serve. I'm a very big stickler for everybody is equal. Everyone gets the same treatment. Whether I've known you for 20 years or I just met you, I'm going to treat you with the same respect. Unless I've known you for 20 years and you fucked me over repeatedly, then you're probably in a jar somewhere. Or 4. But I have people come into the shop all the time and they try to skirt the line. They want to get an appointment with me right then, and it doesn't work that way. It may look like when you come in, I'm not doing anything. I am. Trust me. Usually I'm on a live in there, in the shop. I am filling orders. I'm making all kinds of shit. Like, I don't sit down. I don't sit down. Leanne, Christine, Sass, Nicole, Donna, all of my mods can tell you. Tashana, I don't sit down. In fact, I think every single one of you mods, y'all have been here or been at an event with me and seen me work. Like, they can tell you that I don't sit. I don't sit. So I can't cater to people that walk in and want to skirt the line. Like, it doesn't, I don't do that, you know? So for people to try to skirt the line and go, well, I sent you some on Cash App, doesn't work that way. And again, I'm going to go right back to, I have never, ever charged a flat $50 fee. I never have. I never have. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I never have. I'm a big stickler for numbers. So that's why they're like 33, 33, 44, 44. So if a scammer was actually a good scammer, they'd know that. They'd know that. But they don't. Got real quiet all of a sudden. Can you hear that? Kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. All right. Ready, Miss Minnie? So, grace and generosity, adaptability, connectivity, and the divine feminine. And like I said, it goes 3, 6, 3, 6. So I know you said you needed directions, and this is going to sound weird when I say it, but I'm going to wrap it all back around. Okay. So like, hang on. Okay. This is a dance. So 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. You see what I mean? 3, 6, 3, 6. This is a dance. So what I would love for you to do, because I think this will help you more than you realize, is I want you to think of a dance that you are familiar with. Either one you grew up doing, one you have learned as an adult, whatever it is. An adult, whatever it is. Damn. One day when I grow up, I'll be cool like that. Or like the Blue Bodie 69 _ ... 4. Hey, I think I'm funny. Stop it. That was somebody drag racing. Yeah, that was somebody drag racing. Miss Minnie, this is a dance. Being graceful and then adapting. Connecting outer to the outside and then connecting to the inside. Then being graceful and adapting. Connecting to the outside, connecting to the inside. You see what I mean? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't know if you ever played music or anything and you had to count time, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, like that. This is a dance. I think you've actually been doing this for a while. You've been doing this dance for a little bit. And I don't think anybody told you that it was a dance. They didn't tell you that it was choreographed. It had an ebb and a flow to it and a beat. By realizing that this is a dance, that it's a step forward and a step back and a step forward and a step back. And when I say a step back, I don't mean physically. I don't mean like sinking back down a level. I don't mean that. I just mean it's like two-stepping, like two. It's like that. But there's 4 aspects to this. Be graceful and be generous and give back to the universe. Even if it's just blessing somebody by buying them a coffee. Letting them go in front of you in line. It is a busy night tonight. Be graceful, be generous. Then adapt to the situation. Connect to the things on the outside, then connect to you. Then do it again the next day. Be graceful and generous. And then just adapt, go with the flow. And connect to the outside and connect to the inside. Do you see what I'm saying? This is literally an ebb and a flow. If you treat all of this stuff, all of these directions like a dance that has choreographed steps to it, it's going to be so much easier on you. Does that make sense? All right, Miss Amy Henniger. You ready? Well, I would say this. Start off with being graceful, being generous. Let somebody go in front of you in line. buy someone a coffee or pay for someone's lunch or something like that. And then see where the day takes you. Tomorrow's Sunday. I don't know if you have to work or not, but it'd be a good thing to go out and explore. Go be gracious, go be generous, go hang out, go see how big the world is, and then come back and reconnect with you. Does that make sense? I don't understand. Like, I like tapping my own nails. And it does kind of sound like rain. But, like, I can't sit and listen to the ASMR people doing that. I don't know why. I'm just saying, Miss Minnie, tomorrow's a great day to try that out. Thank you, Tabitha. Like, I like doing it when I'm bored. Does that make sense? All right, Miss Amy. I got your question. I appreciate you too, sweetheart. How have you been doing? How is life treating you? Aside from needing directions. I also can't stand the people. I have come across some people that chew into the microphone. Like, I have a problem. I think this is why it bothered me so bad, that one person saying that to me about eating on my live. Because my dad instilled a very, very deep, like, rule of you don't eat with your mouth open. I can't handle hearing people smack their food or their gum or anything. So when I come across a live and somebody is in there like, no ma'am. No ma'am. I'm not gonna do it. Life is stuck. Gotcha. So you're on a plateau. Gotcha. I don't know, Salty. It's probably both, to be honest. So, Miss Amy, you had like 2 cards and 2 cards. I'm not going to say the question that you ask out loud, okay? But, see? Oh, Schumann's still at 51%. That's fun. I'm not going to say the question you ask out loud, but these 2 things are 2. So you have 10 and 31. So 1 and 1. And then you have 7 and 9. So you have 2 digits and 2 single digits. These 2 over here are deep diving into a task, and the universe is your partner. So the answer to your first question there is yes, but. The second one is the sacred contract and a balancing act. So you have some kind of karmic contract with situations exactly like this. I'm going to advise you not to do anything until you have this balancing act taken care of. Until you have let's go back to this universe the universe is your partner. Start putting out the feelers, start putting out all the things, start doing everything you need to do so that you have your balancing act right before you deep dive. Okay? Because this sacred contract card right here tells me that you have some karmic issue with these same type of situations over and over and over and over. Does that make sense? So short answer is yes, but You need to make sure that you have your balancing act ready first. The universe is ready to hand you something different. You have to put out the feels. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, Brandon, you ready? Okay. All right, then. Fell out the bottom. Good night, Miss Sylvie. You too. The very, very first card I turned over is the Feast of Plenty, which is choices and their consequences. Just saying what I'm saying. Let me just say growth is fun. Growth is fun. Because next, as I yawn again, next you have the wall and obstacles. Then you have a tidy house, which is clarity and organization. And these two came out together. So the clarity came underneath the obstacles. Came out together. So the clarity came underneath the obstacles. And then I pulled another thing of kind of where it is you're going. And this is the Morgan Le Fay card, which is growth and atonement and deceit. So, the reason that you feel stuck, oh, thank you for the corgi booty. How are you, Whisper? Really? The reason that you're stuck is because of the choices you've made that have gotten you here. Hey, Alvin, how are you? Now, I don't mean like your entire life choices have gotten you where you are. They have, but that's not what I'm saying. Because this is specifically about spiritual aspects, there are some things that you have consciously been doing, some decisions you've made, etc., that have gotten you where you are. I know you guys get stressed about, I'm stuck. And I do too, okay? When I feel like I'm stuck for too long, I start to kind of freak out a little bit. So I 100% understand. I want you guys to remember this. When you're stuck, it means you're on the right path. When you're stuck, it means you're growing. When you're stuck, it means you've been doing the things. When you're stuck, it means there are more things to come. It's those people that are like, oh no, I'm great. I don't need any more protections. I'm always protected. No, you're not. No, you're not. The people that say that they've never ever grown, they've never done anything, they don't have those plateaus, you're not growing. If you don't have ebbs and flows, if you don't have points where you're like, I am fucking stuck and this is stupid, like, if you don't have points where you're stuck, you're not growing. So when you guys hit a point where you're stuck, it sucks and you should be frustrated and you will be frustrated. But I want you to tell yourself, it's because you're fucking growing. So the reason you're stuck is because of some conscious efforts that you've been making to level yourself up. Now, the wall, the obstacles card is a little interesting because that is a wall. That is a stop on purpose. It's not just a plateau. It's you just came up to a fucking 200-foot tall brick wall and you can't go through it and you can't find the door. So I want you to envision this, okay? This wall that you just came up to is super high. You can't see the top of it. You can't see over it. You can't see the door. But what you can see all around it is a whole bunch of fucking debris. Just dead plants and wood and rocks and etc. Just debris, right? It's time to clear away the debris. This is the clarity and organization card. And it came out underneath the obstacles card. It's time to clear away the debris. And what I mean by that is to go back and look at the choices. Look at what it is that you've done that have gotten you to this point. Look at you. Look at where you think you're going. Like all of the things. And when I say where you think you're going, please don't take... I know better than anybody that you might think you're going down this road right here, but the universe actually needs you like way the fuck over there to other universes from now, on a side road, whatever. Like the universe thinks we're cute, thinking that we know where we're going to go, okay? So where you think you're going to go, clear all of those things out. Clear all of those debris out. Once you remove all of that debris from the base of that wall, you're going to find the bridge. You're going to find the door. You're going to find the window. You're going to find whatever it is that you need to find to move on the other side of that wall. Because this Morgan Le Fay card right here is growth, atonement, and deceit. And with all of these cards and what you ask, this is growth, okay? You're stuck right now. All you got to do is just clear out the shit little debris around the wall, and it's on like Donkey Kong. Okay? That makes sense, Brandon? Okay, good. Sometimes clearing... I'm a visual person, and so I love to give like visual aspects to something. Oh my Lord. These mofos are on one tonight. You are so welcome, Brandon. You are so welcome. Good. I'm glad that the visual aspect of that helps out. I can't find my mouse. There it is. I'm just going down my list in alphabetical order. So Miss Christine Carver is next. You got it, girl. I did. They are sitting in there with my makeup. I wore them, was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before? And then this morning I was going to put them on. I ended up with these. I ended up with those. So these are my last few. I had to catch up on some before. So let me tell you who's next after Christine. After Christine is Patricia, Perla, Rania. I'm saying that wrong. Rebecca R, Robbie, Sherry, and Tamantha. And this is all on YouTube where you guys can watch, okay? Ready? Of course it is. Okay, I was like, why did I draw that last card when I already had all of these drawn? You start off with the Caterpillar, which is opportunity. And then you have two cards that came out together. The top one is the Whale Song and Resonating. And then you have the Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix, Maintenance, the Divine Maintenance. Thank you, Miss Autumn. Right back at you, Sweet Pea. I love that you popped in alive to tell people that. And then you have Gathering Round, the Power of Community. Then you have the Spirit of the River, which is movement toward adventure. Miss Christine, you have a very interesting opportunity, a very interesting you have something in the works. And every time you get together with whatever this opportunity is, whether it is a person, a group, a place, a thing, every time you start to get around that thing, you start to feel like this is exactly where you belong. You start to feel like the Divine Matrix have you wherever it was supposed to be. Aww. I love that, Autumn. No, I'm just kidding. Every time you're around this, you get this feeling that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're going exactly where you're supposed to be going. This opportunity is also bringing in a lot of people. A lot of people that are in the community that you want to be a part of with this opportunity. It's also pulling you out of a comfort zone, pulling you towards more of travel, adventure, doing things that you've never done before, had never wanted to do before. This is like an interesting shift, an interesting change. And the thing is, this is like a cycle. It's like going up the stairs like this. Every time you get to the opportunity and you start to really work with that opportunity, it starts to resonate and feel like it's pulling you out of the matrix. And then you're finding the people that are supposed to be around you. And then you're moving toward adventure. And then opportunity. And you see what I mean? It's just like this. It's going up, 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 up. I don't think this is ever going to stop. I think that you're on this ride and you're not getting off. You're not getting off. Nobody's at the train station to let you off. No one can let your little thing up. You just get to ride this fucking train until the universe says different. Okay, I was like, uh-oh, okay. So, I don't know what the opportunity is, but I do love everything that goes with that opportunity. I really do. Nothing in here is bad. Nothing in here is bad. Everything in here is it resonating with you. you being connected, you being able to find the people that are supposed to be around you, and you moving toward adventure and then starting all over again. Thank you, Miss Christine. I think that you've already been in this cycle for a little bit, and you just somebody's pretending to be Christine. You've made it, Christine. If they're pretending to be you, you've made it. Just saying. So, I think you've been a part of all of this. And it's just going to continue. The adventure aspect is going to get stronger. The power of the community of people pulling around you is going to get bigger. You seeing the matrix for what it is going to get stronger. Things resonating with you is going to get stronger. I love that Frank is, you know, doesn't hate that you come down here every now and then. I'm just saying. Yeah, you're not getting off this ride anytime soon, my friend. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, Lover's like, yay, Frank! Oh my gosh. Hey, Miss Kelley, yeah. How are you? Hey, Miss Perla, you ready? Oh, thank you guys. Okay. You got it. I really thought that was falling in the floor. Thank you, Gavin. All right. So on your side over here is Danu and the mother of creation, which is motherhood, it's creation, it's ferocity. And on his side over here, you have the poet of Avalon, which is fame and stagnation and pride. And then in the middle, you have the netcaster of plans coming to fruition. And this one really, really matches your card. I mean, it almost looks like the same deity standing there. But then you have on the other side a tidy house, which is clarity and organization and lots of red. These are two completely, like, y'all are going in such opposite ways. This is the Temple of My Body card that I just drew. You two are going in such, you are all about protecting you, protecting your future, protecting your kids, and striving for something better. He right now is all about fame and that Temple of My Body card tells me that, in particular, he is about how he looks to everybody else. I'm just going to say this. I don't think that he's going to expect. I don't think he's going to be able to look further than how he feels he looks to other people, if that makes sense. So here's the problem with that. That can be a very, very dangerous thing, especially in a split, in a divorce, anything like that. How he appears to other people and so on is not how he is, and it's going to take a while for people to see that. But it's always a blitz. Him getting caught up in how he looks and how he feels is a huge thing. I don't know how old everybody is that's involved, but you're going to have to continue to be the protector. You're going to have to continue to be the protector. You're going to have to continue to be, you have to be the adult. The problem with somebody that really, really is in tune with only how they look, it's a very narcissistic aspect. It's a very narcissistic quality of, you know, I'm going to look great and I'm going to sound great and, you know, I'm going to, on the outside, do everything that needs to be done to make me look great. That's only going to work for a little while, but the problem is especially with narcissists like that, and I don't use that term lightly, but everything right here in these cards points to that. Everything points to that. They know how to use that absolutely to their advantage. Be really careful. Be really careful, because that fame and pride aspect there, the fact that there's a lot of red in that side and green in your side. Green is healing and analytical. Red, I almost said green. Red is action and anger and passion. Red can be a good thing, but I don't think in this case it is. I think that he's using that anger and that passion to drive whatever it is he's doing, as far as working out, putting out his narrative to everybody else. I don't know the situation. I'm just reading like the little bit that you put on there. He's spinning a lot of yarn trying to make sure that he looks. Be very leery of someone like that. Know that people will see him for who he is, but it might take a little bit. Just saying. Woo! It might take a little bit. So, yeah. What I do love, though, is yours is number 42, which is the answer to the universe, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Just saying what I'm saying. Be very careful. Okay? People like this, when they are so worried about their looks and how they look to everybody else, especially in this situation, they will stop at nothing to make you look bad. So record everything, do everything in writing, like make sure you have all of that stuff just in case. Just in case, okay? And be safe, okay? And if you need me, you know where to find me. I'm just going to say that. You are so welcome, Miss Pearl. Please be careful with this guy, okay? Please be careful with this person. Thank you, Bunny. That was weird. So I have 6 left. I'm going to finish these tomorrow because I'm getting to the point that it's taken me a little longer to pull everything from them. It's been a long day and I'm fucking exhausted. So Patricia, Miss Rainia, Rebecca R, Robbie, Sherry, and Tamantha. Yeah. My brain's doing the crashy crash. So yeah, my brain's doing the crash crash. Oh, I was like, wait, Rebecca, like I already did that, Rebecca. There's 2 Rebeccas. Okay, woo. I was like, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. But I'll get on and finish these guys tomorrow. Before I go get Allie's cake and we do some party things or whatever. So yeah, I will get on and finish these tomorrow. I want to make sure that you guys, because some of you guys have some heavy questions, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you the information you need, that I'm helping you instead of just not wording it correctly. So yeah. So let me stop YouTube over here. Thank you guys for watching over there. YouTube looks dusty. I don't know why. Like, it's not very clear behind me. Like, everything back there looks gray. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. I will make sure that I have them on YouTube as well. So that way, if you're out and about, because I know it's Sunday and, you know, everybody's doing something. So that way, in case you're out and about, then you can catch them at any time. Okay? All right. All right, guys. Y'all go get some sleep, too. I don't know what time it is where you are, but it's 11:30 here. So, yeah. All right? I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Nikita, for the hand hearts. I appreciate it. Y'all go have oops. What did I just do?
So I always record these.
That was somebody's private appointment. All right, guys. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.